What is up, guys? It is TheCitrusPanda here today, and today I'm coming at you with a review for episode 12 of Season 2 of Haikyuu. Let's do this. Alright, so in this episode, we finally got to see an actual match that mattered to something. Everything before this was all preparing and hyping up for getting our team Karasuno ready to play. Actually, this isn't the spring tournament quite yet. This is the preliminaries to get into the tournament and go to nationals eventually, hopefully. And it was really interesting this episode because we, as watchers, basically 100% assume and know that Karasuno is going to win the first match, and probably the second match, and probably go to nationals, go to the spring tournament, and continue on in the show because they're the protagonists. But what's interesting about this show in general is that even when we know, at least we think we know what's going to happen, they throw in things that make the individual matches different in some way or another. So, for instance, the school that they're against, hold on, it's called Ogi Minami, something like that, and the school we have never even seen before. We don't care about this Minami school, we've never seen them, and quite frankly, I didn't really care about them. I'm like, Karasuno's gonna wipe the floor with them. They're just gonna go in, get some sets, get some spikes, and it's gonna be over. But what's interesting is that during the match, they actually do some flashback sequences with Minami, the school, and there's like this captain for the team who has like this weird Native American hairstyle going on. I think it's his hair, but I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's like a feather thing going on. It looks like he has feathers in his hair. It's a funny looking hairstyle. But, it does flashbacks about how, last year they actually went up against Shira Torizawa, I don't even know, Shira Torizawa, I think the school is called. I think I got that right. And, anyway, they went up against them, actually, first last year in this same tournament. And they got completely destroyed, so they got destroyed again. But what's really interesting is just how the short backstory of maybe like 2 or 3 minutes and just showing like how they've, come along as a team and how they're changing and kind of evolving themselves. That's what makes me want to continue watching a show like Haikyuu, because the matches themselves, I wouldn't say get repetitive because they are different, but if each match was just kind of like the same thing, just scoring, it wouldn't be as fun, and it wouldn't be as interesting, and it wouldn't be near as good of a show as this one, because it made you actually want this other team to win maybe like one of the sets or something, or like get like really close to winning, but then they get crushed, and then you're like, oh man, poor Minami, poor school over here that I don't even know about. And that's interesting because the show actually made you care about sort of a team that you've never seen before, even though we knew that they are probably going to be taken out. So what's interesting is that school in general is going to be evolving, and they're going to take that frustration from losing and turn it into the whole idea that they're going to get better. And, they were talking about how they had a lack of practice, and they wanted to look cool and kind of like look like they were a good team, but maybe not actually do everything in their power to win, like try to be the best. They were just more like, yeah man, we look pretty cool, we look pretty fly, let's go in, let's play some volleyball, that kind of thing going on. So in that episode, that's pretty much exactly what happened, and now Karasuno is up against a team that has a person that is 2 meters tall, 201 centimeters to be exact. For a height comparison, Hinata's like 162 meters. There was a pretty funny scene about how, but that's only like, I do believe that they were making references to things like, Hello Kitty and Pikachu, because they were talking about like centimeter things that they put on top of Hinata's head, he would actually be the same height. Something was like Tika, I think it was like to avoid copyright on certain things, because it was a little kitty cat thing going on, like a Hello Kitty, and then there was the, like a thing that looked kind of like Pikachu. Then Goro Tsukishima is making these references to like fish and stuff, which is funny because the dialogue in the show is another reason why I love watching it. Just like the little hints that they give you, just like the little comedic things going on, makes it really enjoyable to watch, even whenever the games aren't going on. And it's pretty witty. I like the writing in the show. It's very well done. From what I heard also online is that there's some new original soundtracks, so OSTs in this episode. I did kind of pick up on that. They're pretty good. I do like them. And actually, while speaking of OSTs and original soundtracks and whatnot, there what I would assume, actually, are going to be an opening and an ending next episode. They're actually not technically original soundtracks, now that I think about it, because openings and endings are actually songs from bands that are usually taken and used. And, usually it's the same band for Haikyuu, so I assume they're just going to use another song from them. I forget what they're called, to be honest. But I assume that there will be another one next episode. The only reason I do that is because sometimes they use one opening for an entire series, even if it's 24 episodes or 25. But last season of Haikyuu had 2 openings and I believe 2 endings. So, one could infer that this season will also have that. That's all, regardless. And until next time, guys, I'm done rambling for today. See you guys next time.